pleasures. Muhammad allowed his companions to contract what he called temporary marriage, where they would meet a woman and tell her, look, I want to marry you for a period of time, 3 days, 2 days, even an hour, and I'm going to give you a sum of money, and when the time has expired, when the time is up, I'll divorce you. Do you accept? And if any woman said yes, off they went and married this woman. Let me just give you one narration that explains this. Sahih Bukhari, volume 6, book 60, number 139. Sahih Bukhari, volume 6, book 60, number 139. Narrated Abdullah, we used to participate in the holy wars carried on by the Prophet, and we had no women, no wives with us. So he said to the Prophet, shall we castrate ourselves? They were burning with sexual desire, and they asked, should we castrate ourselves? But the Prophet forbade us to do that. Instead, he allowed us to marry women temporarily by giving her even a garment, and then he recited, chapter 5, verse 87, O you who believe, do not make unlawful the good things, the pleasurable things, which Allah has made lawful for you. So what was Muhammad's solution? Instead of saying, pray to Allah for the power of the Holy Spirit, pray to Allah to give you the strength to overcome your sexual desires. No, don't castrate yourself. Go into the city, ask the local woman, can I marry you for a garment? And I'll marry you for 3 days, and once it's done, I'll divorce you. Sure! Now,
and what about temporary marriage? Sunni Muslims don't follow temporary marriage. It was revealed in a specific context. These were early Muslims who were still not used to being chaste only to their wives and so forth and so forth. So this was a specific limited time that was given to them as a dispensation or something. They were still new Muslims. I mean, after all, alcohol was allowed for the early Muslims until it was eventually abrogated. And my time's up, and I think those are all his points. Thank you. And start with what's fresh in your mind, the issue of mut'ah. It was allowed for a time. And no, I have no problem with it. Those people were a bunch of people who were fornicators. They used to indulge in large amount of alcohols. So obviously you're not going to be able to reform those people just like that. It was a slow process. So for a while they were given some leeway until they could adjust their lives and their settings.
And why? Because even in the Sunni sources, right, it's inconsistent. You will find some saying, oh, Muhammad outlawed it. Yeah. But you say, some of them say, no, it wasn't Muhammad who outlawed it. It was Umar who
then actually made it lawful again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the point is, if you're going with the Sunni sources, you can pick and choose. And so if you want to practice mut'ah, you can certainly find.
And secondly, it was the Prophet who banned mut'ah, and it was the companions, Omar, who continued it. Back then, people didn't have Hotmail or internet services, so sometimes the message wouldn't get across. Islam had spread to vast amount of lands, so maybe it was still not clear, so the caliphs simply made it more clear. So it was banned during the lifetime of the Prophet, and the Prophet and his companions continued that ruling.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful.
مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. محمد سيد الكونين والثقلين. محمد سيد الكونين والثقلين. محمد سيد الكونين والثقلين والفارقين من عرب ومن عجم. مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك الحبيب